Welcome to Papillion La Vista South High School Environmental Science and AP Biology. I am Megan Hylok. A little bit about my family. My husband is Dan. I have Peyton, who is a senior, Parker, who is a freshman, and Porter, who is a sixth grader. Some of my loves include running, which I help coach cross country on the girls' side. I love coffee, ice cream, and I love learning. I got my undergrad degree from Creighton University in science education. Biology specifically was my major. I went to UNO for my master's in secondary education with an emphasis in science. And then I received my PhD in 2010 from UNL on secondary education with curriculum learning and assessments as my degree. Some of the things that I think are really important for science is providing real world examples and getting the students doing. We know that students learn best by doing rather than sitting and just listening. So I try and have them drawing and coloring. We get up and move around and role model. They make keychains, and that's Shrinky Dinks there in the middle. And we just try and do some fun stuff to get the kids engaged and actually doing science. And then I like to also show examples of videos that are occurring in the real world and apply them to what we're talking about in class. I have written the last couple years a few grants. One recently was on aquaponics and growing aquaponics in the classroom. We'll be doing lettuce and goldfish. The picture on the right is showing the trout eggs and trout, which we have in the back of the classroom. I don't know if you can see the tank back there. But that was a grant I received 2 years ago, and we still are continuing to do that every year. And that's in environmental science. The kids will also they design and build solar ovens. And so early on, we like to go outside when it's warm, but not too warm, where they're sweating, but we make s'mores with their solar ovens after they've designed and built them. Some of the other things we do in environmental science are these pop bottle ecosystems. The kids, again, design and build their own after doing a little research about what they could put in it that would be successful. We also explore owl pellets. The kids pick through the fur, get the bones out, and then we reassemble the bones into what the owl ate. And so you can see down at the bottom right-hand corner, there's one that kids have tried to put back together, making the skeleton then on their paper. One of the CSAs that we do are designing and building green cities. The students also will have the option of designing and building a garden outside their house. Some do a small scale garden just inside the home, which is fine too. Compost pile. We also do a little aquaponics or hydroponics, so the kids have an opportunity to choose which one they would like to explore more. Some other things we do are design and build toxic waste vehicle. And if they were to have to move toxic waste, what would be the best vehicle to move their toxic waste with the minimal impact on the environment? Those are fun. We put an egg inside their toxic vehicle. And good thing that they're not designing some of these in the real world, because we'd have toxic waste everywhere. So it gets a little messy, but that's what also makes it fun. We also tear up, recycle, and use recycled paper to make paper in the classroom. I try and get the kids outside. And this first week we did what's in an ecosystem. So the kids went out and dug around a little bit and collected soil samples. And then we look at what's in the soil, and then we'll test the soil for like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and we'll look at the pH. And we'll talk about whether or not the soil is fertile for growing crops. And then another project we do is we get some water, and we design and build water filter systems, and we make it into a little competition who can get their water the cleanest. For AP biology, we do a lot of exploring as well. We look at soap and how that's like a cell membrane. The kids collect roly-polies from outside, and we do an animal behavior lab. I also like to take them to UNO, and we do a fire ecology lab on the prairie at like 143rd and State Street. So it's north and west. And then I like to take them on campus in the spring, and we do a DNA fingerprinting, and we kind of set it up like a whodunit kind of lab. Some of the College Board labs we follow, there are 12 total that I do in the classroom. Here's two of them. One is a photosynthesis, and the other one is cellular respiration with vernier probeware. And we look in the microscopes at stomata and do a transpiration lab, which we'll actually be learning about this week. And we explore milk and the properties they have of water and fats. And we put a little food coloring in there, and we call it magic milk. So as you can see, I like to provide a variety of learning opportunities for kids. I love to keep them engaged and doing, because we know that's how they learn best. So feel free to follow me on Twitter and see what's going on in class. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help. Thank you.